Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Bad Karmas and the Curse of the Zodiac. This is my GameFound pledge that I pledged for back when it was on GameFound. I did a Sage pledge for this, so if you're interested in what pledge this is the Sage pledge. This is going to come with the core box, and for those of you that don't know what this game is, it's kind of a board game, video game kind of cross thing. So the way this works is this is not only a board game, but it's a platform that they can use to create other games that are going to be able to come to this system. Right now, I believe the one that they have coming is going to be Vampire. It is going to be coming to this one. Also, I believe Sword and Sorcery may be coming to this as well. And there are going to be other games that are going to be developed for this system going forward. I'm going to show you that system plus the Curse of the Zodiac that I have. This is not only the core box, but in this pledge, we also got Volume 2. So we're going to be going through that. We're also going to be looking at Volume 3 that is part of this pledge as well. Then we also got some extra dice, and we have a pack of heroes as well. They're going to be the ones that are coming from the Dark Ages. So we're going to unbox all of this, show you what this is. Now, I don't know exactly how much of this is going to be able to help you decide how this goes. I don't know how much is in this box because this is a very, I want to say app-based program, but I think it's like just a whole system in itself. And this game is going to teach you as you play. So I don't know how much of this is going to have like rule books and things of that nature to be able to tell you and show you how this plays, but we'll see how it goes. And then of course I'll be trying to do a playthrough of this as well after the unboxing is done. Again, with this being a very heavy app-based game, I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to show that off. I might have to do this as a live playthrough because I can then through my OBS that can give me a chance to show all the different screens that is going to be part of this game. But maybe I can figure out how to do it without that. We shall see how it all plays out. Of course, there is an app that is used even for the characters in this game. And along with the board itself. So like I said, very app-based heavy, and I think every person that plays does need a version of the app, and the app is free, so you can grab that, and all the character stuff for the game is all in that app as well, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to unbox this, show you everything there is inside of this box in game as well. Now, of course, one thing you could have done when you pledged for this is you could have got just the core, not only the box, but you could have, in game, you could have got just the system itself that you can use for some of the other games coming out for this particular system, which is called the Tabaru system. And it's really a cool little system. I'm going to show you this all, and let's check it out. So if you're excited to see all the stuff that's in here, then I need you to meet me at the table. Let's take the box off and see what's inside. I will say this is for ages 13 plus. It plays 1 to 5 players. It's about 40 to 60 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's per player or if that's going to be the full game size. So we do have a thank you note on the front here, which does say we'd like to sincerely thank you for your support in making the Tabaru system and the Bad Karma a reality. You are welcome. That's fantastic. Now, here is I believe the system itself. It is going to be a fold-out system. This you're going to place down on the table. This is going to be where your board is going to sit. Now, it depends on what you're playing. For this game, it would be our board for this game, but again, if you're playing Vampire, it's going to have the things out here, and I believe there's a whole system set inside of here that's going to tell you how to react to everything. Over here, this is an interesting thing. This is going to be the thing that controls the whole deal, and I believe this also is where you're going to charge your dice, but there is a power system here. This is going to power up the game board and everything that's going to be part of it, so the system knows and is going to be able to understand how everything is transpiring in the game. So that's the system itself, is this board, and I'm sure there's a power cord in here somewhere, and we'll dig through the rest of this and see what we can find. And of course, you got punch boards. We got more punch boards here, and like I was saying, as you can see, there is no manual. There's no instructions for this. We have some absolutely ridiculous looking miniatures, but there is no game manual for this. And also, as I keep digging through here, you may notice that I'm gonna go on a limb here that says there's no cards, I think, for this either. For like action cards and things of that nature. Okay, this is what I need. This is the stuff that's going to tell me everything about the system. So this is about the closest thing I could get to showing you how the system works. You're going to undo your board. Like I said, it's going to be powered by a USB. So the USB is going to be powering it up. Once it's powered up, it is ready to go. You're going to have to scan the QR codes for the app for this particular game or any of the other games you're going to play. Your characters then are going to be, you're going to choose your characters, and each of these characters do have like chips and circuitry inside of these that you're going to, oh my gosh, that guy looks kind of cool. It's just kind of a floating dude. You're going to have those to be able to power into that little area that you saw. Not to mention, I believe the dice, like I said, will charge in this area. Then the dice do need to be charged because the roll that they make is going to be known by the app. And then once the app knows the roll, it's going to be able to deal with all the things for you. Now, on top of that, you're going to get your Bosch monsters. And for this particular game, they're going to go onto, boy, as I'm throwing this thing on the ground, it's going to go onto this thing. Let's see if I can find one of the Bosch monsters and put it onto one of these so I can show you what I'm talking about. For example, if you decide to play against this crystal horse dude, I don't know, we'll have to see what this guy's all about. He's going to click into this little base just like that. And then once he's clicked in, he's going to be able to, you're going to have him out on the board. He's going to have different colors, and maybe the different colors are going to tell you where you can hit him, where you can't hit him. It might give you a place where you have the ability to maybe do critical hits to him, things of that nature. You're going to have to keep this charged because this is going to be out on the board, and it's going to move, and it's going to be told how to maneuver it based on the app. The app's going to tell you where you're going to move this creature, how it's going to interact with your characters, and things of that nature. Oh, no, I can't really get it to click in there. Maybe I can get it to click in there. We'll see if I can get this working. There we go. I got him clicked in here. Oh, and he's already doing different colors, which is kind of cool. I don't know what that means. We'll have to figure that out based on the app, but it does tell me that it's ready to go. I just had to push it in and then twist it, and it was ready to go. Now it's not going to come out anymore, but once I twist it back, then I can take him out. So that's how you're going to get the guys in and out of these bases. And I believe these are the boss monsters for this game, and there are a ton of them. They've got some really cool looking ones like this. I don't know what this guy is, but he looks pretty awesome. I don't know what any of these guys are. I know they're supposed to be basically versions of Zodiacs that we're going to have to try to take out. Here's another one with the awesome looking wings. It's like a horse type creature. Again, I apologize. I don't know the names of all these guys because I don't have any other information than what is in that piece of paper. Normally, I have the ability to kind of use an instruction booklet to kind of tell you a little bit more about what is in these games and what you're seeing, but I don't really have that for this game because it's all based on that app. But this is kind of cool. All these miniatures do look really good. Now, I will tell you, from what I understand, don't quote me on this because I have not tried it myself. I believe you can prime these miniatures and then you can paint them. I don't see why you couldn't, but from what I understand, you can't put them in water or douse them or anything. Now, I don't know how much electronic components are in the actual boss monsters. I think they're all in here, but when it comes to our characters, those are the ones I'm a little worried about if you actually did something to them, because as you can see, the circuitry is all built into this bottom base here. So if I went to prime this, I would probably coat the base with I would actually like maybe tape this so I don't get any primer on the actual orange part of this, so I can keep these differentiated, and then maybe prime the miniature and paint it up. But that's just my plan. I don't know if that's a good plan. It might be better just to not do it at all. Who knows? But you can't have great miniatures on the board, but they look this cool. You've got to paint up these miniatures. I mean, here's a giant guy with an axe, and here's a couple. Here's another person that has a purple base with a bow and everything. This is another character that you can play with that looks super cool. Have these like this. Now, I believe each of these colors are based on a certain type of fighting style for the characters. Like this might be looks like a very quick attack type character, where I'm going to guess this is a very ranged based character, the archer, and then of course you have this guy with the axe, which is probably more of a very strength based character. Then you have a very defensive based character, I'm guessing, because he's got a shield here which he can poke his shotgun through. That's awesome. He's got a shotgun. He's going to poke it through and shoot you. Oh my gosh, that guy's amazing. Now, there are some characters with white bases. I'm going to guess these are going to be probably more like NPCs, or they could be people that join your group for certain battles of that nature or something. Two of them seem to be carrying books. One's super excited to hold it above his head, while the other one might actually be reading it. This one, he's got a book too, but he's not even looking at it. He's got it all memorized, I guess. So those are the three NPCs that come in this box. But then, like I said, as you see, according to this thing, you're going to have the different things are going to be lit up. It's going to tell you the power level of it. So that must have been the colors that was showing me the power levels. I don't know what those are because I don't have the map. So you want to keep this charged. Here's the dice. Like I said, it is going to know based on what you roll. When you roll the dice, it's going to have these. You're going to have these connected to the system. The system does come with one die, so I'm glad that I have the extra die group. I've got 4 of them, so I'm glad there are more. Now you might not ever have to roll more than one for this particular game, but you might need more for other games. Interestingly, that is all that's in the core box. So let's take a look at the 2 expansions as well. Silly me, that's not everything that's in the core box. I picked it all up and then I just looked at the miniatures. We do have our terrain. This is 3D terrain, so these do punch out and stick together here and create 3D environments out on the board. And the cool thing about these is because this is an app-based system and it has every battle is a little bit different. Who knows? We might be fighting this guy using these particular pieces of terrain, and then they may act differently than if we're fighting this guy using the same terrain. It might tell us to use the same terrain, but acts differently. For this one, it might allow us to move through these portals and doing things. Where if we fight this guy, it might make him move through these portals, or they might not even be portals for him. They might be things that shoot out evil rays of death against us. Who knows how that's all going to transpire? But it does give them the ability to only give you a small little piece of terrain, because they can reuse it over and over for different environments when fighting different bosses in this game. Of course, this is double-sided, but it is just the same on both sides. There isn't anything different. It does look like it does have 1 token in the game, and that's this little exclamation point. Again, without any type of instructions. I don't know exactly what that is, but we shall see if I can get this game to the table to show you. We'll know exactly what that does. This game also came with 3 boards for the game that we're going to fit right on top of that system. They are dual-sided, so they do have different things on both sides. There's one here and there's one here, more like a attack on, looks like it has like lava over here moving into I guess an ocean over here. So we have that particular board. Like I said, there are 3 of these. So we have more of an industrial looking one here that has like even a helicopter pad on it. We'll flip this over. It looks like we have an open crag here. That's something probably coming out of it looks like it has like some, it looks like you're inside of a vortex in this one, which looks kind of neat. We'll fold that one up. And the last one we have, it looks like you're in a cave here fighting something. I'm not sure what we're going to fight in the cave, but we'll see how it goes. There is a other side here. It looks like it's a small island, or maybe, oh no, it goes into a, like, was it a forest that looks like it's a snowy forest. Then there's grass, and who knows, it looks like, I don't know, dry area here. There's going to be 3 different seasons, which is kind of neat. So those are the boards. Now, another thing I want to mention is that the app itself does have an achievement system. So as you're playing the game, you'll be able to gain achievements in the game, which is kind of cool. So those are all the different boards that we have. Let's look at the 2nd and 3rd expansions here to see what else those are going to be able to add to this game. Here's Volume 2, but before we do that, it did come with like a generic looking board. This might be like one to just recenter, or it might be asking us to calibrate or something for this, or it could be something that as they design the game, you might have to use this board because it gives you a different way of playing. We'll see. I don't know exactly how that one's all going to transpire. We're going to go with our Volume 2, lift this up, and see what is inside this game. I'm going to guess we're going to see something very similar to the other box. So we're going to see some monsters, which I see right here. Here are the boss monsters, which are pretty, oh my gosh, look at this guy. He's got a huge giant thing on for his head. That's pretty awesome. All right, we're going to look at some of the other ones. Here's another one right here. This one has big giant claws for hands, it looks like. Oh my gosh, I'm really impressed with like just the artistic design of these miniatures. It's not just your normal miniatures you're fighting. They're completely different from things I've normally seen. Look at this guy. It's like a whole like spaceship type guy. Oh my gosh, he's the same on both sides. That's pretty amazing. Okay, looks like those are going to be the bosses we're going to fight. Now let's check out the bottom here. We're going to have these are the instructions. I'm going to guess it's exactly the same as the other ones. I'll check to make sure. We have a new area to fight in, and we have some new terrain for this game. Oh my goodness, here we go. Look at this. We got a whole bunch of terrain here. This is going to be, I bet each one of these is going to have their own set of terrain here. This is pretty cool. All right, wow, there's a whole bunch of these. I have to look and see what those look like when they're all punched out. I think that'll be really cool. Let's look at the bottom here of this. This has a couple more terrain. Wow, this all bunched. Now I wonder if the purple's going to go with one of the bosses, the blue with a different boss. Maybe these crypt things with another boss, and these ones like this are going to go for another boss. Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to see how it all plays out. Of course, I haven't played it, and I don't have any way of really knowing until I turn the system on. So that, like I said, this is just an unboxing showing you kind of what there is. That's really about all I can do. Now let's unfold this board. I don't know if I'm going to show you a whole board because it's just monstrous. But it does come with 2 new boards. This one looks like it's more of a open area. It looks like almost like just a path area or something. Oh, it looks very generic. Like the other side is also very generic as well. It's just kind of like a field, it looks like, with some water and everything. Again, we'll see how those transpire. And I'm sure the other one's going to be, I wouldn't doubt if it's going to be like a sandy type environment, because it looked like we had a very almost, they had like the more of a Egyptian style theme there for some of them. So here's a desert here, which I'm guessing is going to be more for that one. Let's flip the board over, see what we have on the other side. Looks like a, well, that's what's this going to be. It's going to be more of a, just like almost, I don't know, just like a cave type thing or a dry land. All right, those are the 2 ones for this particular expansion. So we'll put this to the side and we'll check out our 3rd expansion. Again, 4 more bosses were found inside of this 2nd expansion, which is pretty sweet. So we'll put those right in there and move on to our 3rd expansion. We'll see what is in store for us with that one. Our 3rd expansion is here. The back of the box actually does tell us everything that's coming in it. And again, it shows you kind of what I'm talking about. Everybody has their own like device that they're using, and then it has like a giant, like the main thing for the boss is found here on the thing. And here's the different terrain used for this, which is kind of cool. All right, let's open this up and see what's in here. I'm going to guess you're going to get 4 bosses, a couple more boards to play on, which is going to be pretty sweet. We have, again, yep, 4. Oh my gosh, look at the guy with all the swords. That guy looks awesome. Or this guy who's holding, I don't even know what he's holding. All right, let's check these guys out. These look pretty sweet. Oh, they all look pretty sweet. Again, like I said, the miniature concepts for these are really unique. Look at this guy. He's got swords and blades everywhere. That looks pretty awesome. I don't even know how I'd even paint some of these up. I think they're all going to be super unique. All right, let's see what this guy looks like. He's a big giant guy with a scorpion tail at the end here. This guy looks like he's a floating something or other with I wonder what this stuff is. It looks like it could be like molten lava or water or just maybe cloth or something. And then here, this one's pretty sweet. This is just a giant serpent with a serpent lady here. Wow, okay. And then we'll put those down. We'll look at the bottom here. I'm going to guess you're going to get the same thing as you got in the 2nd expansion, which is those instructions again, a couple boards, and then we'll have some more terrain for this. And there are going to be 4 more of these. Wow, I don't even know what this is going to be, but it came right out. That's pretty awesome. Maybe this is something that could go on that full white board. Who knows? Maybe those are some of the things that go on that. We have water type areas here, some mountain type areas, and like we saw in the back of the box, I don't know if you noticed it, but these I think are going to connect with like different, they're going to create walls and blocking areas for the board itself. All right, let's check out the boards. Again, I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to show. Here's the first one. Looks like you're inside a flaming building, which is pretty sweet. We'll try to flip this over to show you the other side. It looks like you're on, right outside of like a whole ritual area, or with a pond and a pool and stuff. That's kind of cool. All right, so far I'm already thinking I like these boards a little bit better than the second one. Oh, this is one where you're in the ice. This is like you're playing in an ice world, I bet, or ice area or something. And if we flip it over, let's see what we got here. We've got, it looks like just some pools of black liquid that you're going to be maneuvering around. And of course, these black liquid pools might have an adverse effect to you. Who knows? Well, I have no idea. I've never played the game. That's all that's inside of that box. And the only thing left to show off are the 4 characters that come from the Dark Ages, the Dawn of the Dark Ages. Here are 4 warriors. We have one that has kind of a sword bow type concept. Again, the other one that was with the purple base did have that bow. Here's the orange one that had kind of the giant axe, but this one seems to have a shield of sorts, so I'm not sure if they, I'm wondering if you could only have a certain amount of color of people. This one was that quick looking character, looks like more of a wizardy type character. Then we got like some druid type character, it looks like, as the final character here. Now I haven't played, but I'm guessing that they may try to balance this by having like you can only have one of each type of color character out here, or maybe not. Maybe it's just helping you show you what the different class structure is and what you're kind of going to expect from them as you play through the game. Again, I apologize, I don't know exactly how the whole thing works, but that is it. That is Bad Karma, the Curse of the Zodiac's unboxing. I was able to show you what you're going to get inside the boxes. Again, I apologize, I can't really show you how it all works or know fully how this thing is implemented, because all of it is inside of that app. If you did enjoy the unboxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when content for this comes out. Again, like I said, I'm hoping to get this to the table. That is my goal, is to be able to get a video for this done. But as you could saw by all the different devices being used for this game, I'm not sure how well I'm gonna be able to do that. It's sometimes a little bit tough to record games that have a lot of devices that have to be used for board games, but I will try my best. Maybe it'll be a good challenge. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. Do you want to see a playthrough of this, or are you okay just seeing the unboxing and experiencing it for yourself? Of course, I'd love to hear from every one of you guys in the comments below. It's awesome to hear from everything you have to say. Now, also, if you're interested in joining the Patreon and supporting the channel, the link to that is in the description of this video as well. Those that have joined the Patreon are found here on the screen. Thank you so much for your patronage. It means the world to me. Now, of course, going forward, if I decide to try to get this to the table and I find a way to do it, I will make sure to have the Patreon supporters decide what characters we use in this game. And if they have a chance, I'm going to let them decide what boss we fight. That'll be super cool to get their input and give them the ability to help decide how our games come to fruition. The other perks that our Patreon supporters get is they get the ability to watch Colin and my playthroughs a day or two ahead of time without commercial interruptions. So there you have it. That was the unboxing of Bad Karmas and the Curse of the Zodiac. Now, if you're excited to see this game, or of course anything else that Colin and I have coming up next, then I need you to meet me at the table.